Hello, welcome to the final show of the season for this year's Port Clinton Middle School Video Magazine. I'm Lexi Harned, one of your hosts, and we've got a great show lined up.
That's right, Lexi. It's been a busy trimester and can't wait to tell you all about it. I'm Colton Yarbrough. On this episode, we'll share a variety of stories involving academics, sports, field trips, and more.
So let's start today's show with a segment about a very active and popular group here at PCMS. It's the Young Entrepreneurs Club, and here to tell us more is Leah Cantu.
Starting a business is hard, right? Well, some students at Port Clinton Middle School are doing just that. Young Entrepreneurs is a club for PCMS students. It was started by teachers Ms. File and Mr. Everts back in 2015. They started it so that kids could share their ideas regarding what they think would be good businesses. This year, 70 students entered proposals, but only 37 were admitted into the club. These students got to pitch their ideas to a group of people Shark Tank style. Here are a few highlights from the Young Entrepreneurs Fair.
Okay, so the best part of this was being able to come together and just creating a business that we thought would help the community out.
The best part is that you get to create whatever you want to make.
My favorite part about this is you get to see a lot of your peers here, you get to work with them, and you also get to create what you kind of want. And this is, I think our business is a really good idea because there's really nothing like this, so we got to create what we thought and what other people thought.
And you can do it with any grade level you want.
The best part of being in Young Entrepreneurs is we get to hang out with both of our favorite teachers, and you get to create your own business, which makes you use creative, and you get to practice what you like. And you get to spend time with your friends and just have fun. My favorite part about Young Entrepreneurs is how we get to be creative and make something that could really impact our community and really exist.
The best part of Entrepreneurial Club is the snacks that others want to make for us to eat.
Young Entrepreneurs Club is an amazing way for kids to be creative and coming up with ideas for viable businesses.
Wow, what great ideas. I'm sure it was tough for the judges to pick a winner this year. Next up is the new segment. We're starting a new movie review. Austin Houghton shares his thoughts on the recently released movie, Ready Player One.
A beautiful tale filled with action, love, and adventure. Ready Player One truly is a phenomenal movie. The story follows an unlikely hero named Wade and takes place in a futuristic society that spends a lot of their time in a video game world. And here is my review. The story is one that can be enjoyed by all ages. It has all the elements of a great movie, including story, plot, excitement, and even a few surprises. I highly recommend this epic adventure, and if you haven't yet seen it, I suggest you do. I'm Austin Helton, movie reviewer for the PCMS Video Magazine.
I'm sure many of us will be heading to the movies this summer to catch the latest releases, but we were curious about what else students would be doing this summer, so I set out to find out.
What are the PCMS students' plans for this summer? Hello, my name is Alexia Harnad, and someone will be here before we know it. So today we are going to talk to some of the Port Clinton Middle School students to find out what their plans are to do for over the summer. So, Evelyn, what are your plans for over the summer?
I want to go tubing.
Nice. And what about you, Josh?
Play football and play Fortnite.
Right. Thank you, guys. So, Jenna, what are your plans to do over the summer?
I'm going to babysit and go to Cedar Point.
Nice. And how about you, Addison?
I'm going to go swimming.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you, guys. Hey, Patrick, so what are your plans to do over the summer?
Probably to go around Texas and over to California to meet my cousins.
Wow, you're going to be traveling a lot this summer. And what about you, Kat?
Hang out with friends, go to Cedar Point, play some soccer.
Nice. Thank you guys for joining us. After talking to everyone, we know that my fellow classmates will have a fun but also safe summer. I hope you enjoyed learning about my fellow classmates' plans for over the summer. Now get out there and enjoy summer.
Well, Lexi, it sounds like students will be enjoying their time off from school this year. What do you plan on doing?
I plan on working a lot and babysitting. How about you?
I plan on going to the lake and having fun with my friends.
That sounds like a lot of fun. It's time now for a story featuring a longtime fixture of Port Clinton Middle School, Fleet 8 teacher, Mr. Heilman. Lydia Martin sat down with him earlier this week, and here's what he had to say about teaching history, coaching in PC, and the upcoming trip to Washington, D.C.
Port Clinton Middle School is a model school for many reasons, including its teachers. I'm Lydia Martin here with 8th grade history teacher Mr. Heilman, who's gearing up for the DC trip. Today we're going to learn more about him and the DC trip. How long have you been teaching, and what made you start teaching?
This is my, I think, 23rd year teaching. And I mainly went into teaching because I wanted to help young people learn.
Cool. Well, what is your favorite part or your best memory of your teaching career?
Wow. Well, I've been teaching a long time, so I think my favorite part of teaching probably is just, again, helping students along the way, and then seeing them years later as adults and being able to talk to them and realize that I helped out at least a little bit along the way.
You've also been pretty active coaching. Tell us about that.
Well, I've coached in the past. I've coached track. I've coached middle school boys basketball, middle school girls basketball, and right now I'm coaching JV girls basketball.
Luckily, the DC trip is back on thanks to the generosity of so many. What are you looking forward to with this trip?
Well, I'm looking forward to the fact that it's going to happen probably the most, because we all felt a little sick to our stomachs when we thought maybe the trip wasn't going to happen. So I'm just looking forward to this 8th grade class getting the opportunity to go and experience. A lot of people experience DC for the first time. That's always cool to see.
Okay, thank you for joining me, and thank you for your time and effort and for the trip. Thank you for making history fun.
You're welcome.
It's great to have Mr. Heilman here, and I'm really looking forward to the upcoming DC trip.
Something else that's sure to be a lot of fun this year is this year's talent show. Alice Sculpting got a sneak review of the acts that are set to perform this year.
On the last day of school, June 5th, the middle school will be hosting a talent show right here in the middle school gymnasium. The acts will include instruments, magic tricks, Lego building, and cup stacking. Here are a few clips from the rehearsals. Best of luck to everyone who made the talent show and who is performing.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this year's show. And while some students demonstrate their talents by performing, others demonstrate it by the works of their art they create. Students have been working on a clay sculpture project in the art room, and Jacob Parivia stopped by to check them out.
Hi, I'm Jacob Parivia from Port Clinton Middle School. The art room here has been very busy. The kids are using their creativity to create clay sculptures at the Flea Day. They are making food and animals such as pancakes, pies, donuts, owls, turtles, and even octopuses. The process is to sculpt them, put them in the kiln, and paint them. Thank you, Ms. Davis. This is very impressive. Hope you enjoy.
We've already mentioned several upcoming events, such as the talent show and the trip to Washington, D.C. But something else that 8th graders are looking forward to is the reward trip to Cedar Point, a way to wrap up their unit on roller coasters.
Hi, I'm Doris Husky. For the past several years, 8th graders have taken an end-of-the-year reward trip to America's best amusement park, Cedar Point. In order to participate, students must earn at least 500 points. These points can be earned a variety of ways, including good grades, no detentions, being named a student of the fleet or student of the month, and community service. In addition, if a student earns the right to be in National Junior Honor Society, they participate in student-led conferences or the spelling bee, or they go through the trimester with no needed Chromebook repairs. They can also earn points. There's a sheet that Fleet 8 teachers give to students for them to record their progress, and these are turned in and verified prior to the trip. The date for the trip this year is June 4th, and students are really looking forward to it. As for me, I'm most excited to ride the Gemini, and I can't wait to eat all the good food. Special thanks to the teachers that plan and organize the trip. Back to you.
A piece of technology that's become common for almost every adult and teen is the cell phone. But did you know who invented it or when? Reporter TJ Patterson did a little research to find out.
Hi, I'm TJ Patterson. Years ago, phones were used for one thing and one thing only, making calls. But times have changed, and so has the use of phones. Cell phones now have many different features, including calling, texting, navigation, games, taking pictures, and videos, just to name a few. The first cell phone was invented in 1973, and the first smartphone was invented in 1992 by IBM. In 2011, it was estimated that more calls were made using mobile phones than wired phones. But with the convenience of cell phones also comes the problems. 79% of cell phone owners say they get unwanted spam or text messages, and 25% estimate that happens weekly. And while the use of cell phones has made communication easier, it's still important to be able to connect with people in person. So it's important kids don't forget to work on those skills as well. Well, I have to go make a call, so I'll send it back to you in the studio.
The track team enjoyed another successful season. Many students were recognized for placing various events, and a few records were even broken by this dedicated group of student athletes. Kiara Gaith gave us some insight on the recently completed track season.
Hi, my name is Kiara Gaith, and today we will be learning about track. Track is between 7th and 8th grade. About 86 students signed up this year, and 63 students stuck through the whole season. Track is a lot of hard work. So, Alexis Spears and Claudia Gilliam broke multiple records throughout the season. The track is ran by 4 coaches: Coach Hassan, Coach Slumbong, Coach File, and Coach Sifke. They offer high jump, pole vault, shot and disc, 100 meter dash, 200 meter dash, 400 meter dash, 800 meter dash, and 1 mile. 100 meter hurdles, 200 meter hurdles, and Miss Hassan says get ready to drink a lot of water and stay hydrated and get ready to sweat quite a bit. And with me today is Asta Strader. Thank you for joining me today, Asta. Okay, so what did you do in track this year?
So I basically did a 400 meter, which is a whole thing around the track. I also did the 100 hurdles and the 200 hurdles.
Sounds very fun. How did you like track this year?
I think it was a lot of hard work. Especially from last year, it was way harder than this year, but I knew they were pushing me so hard so I can get ready for next year.
Okay. Did you go to any invitationals this year?
I was invited to one, but it got canceled. And then I went to SBC's, and then there was the last invitational of the year.
Fun. What was your favorite track memory?
My favorite track memory is falling on a hurdle because it took a huge thing out of my knee, and I had to stay out for a little bit, but that was my best fall. So,
what was the funniest track moment altogether?
The funniest track moment was that when I saw my friend fall, she went down and then she scraped her whole hand and she started to laugh about it, and then we went back and all of us just laughed at her.
Fun. Well, my name is Kiara Gabe, and thank you for coming today.
As you can see, there's a lot going on. We're going to end today's show with a little feature about a newly created class here at PCMS, Personal Finance. I was lucky enough to be able to take the class, and here's a little information about it. How much experience should you have with money before you go into the real world? Hi, my name is Colton Yarbrough. A new class was offered this year to PCMS 8th graders, Personal Finance. It's taught by a veteran teacher, Mr. Hammond, and covers topics such as checking accounts, savings, credit cards, loans, and insurance, just to name a few. Students go through scenarios which will help them make good choices regarding money once they're on their own. It's been very popular with students, and some of them shared what they've learned in this class.
In Mr. Hammond's class, I learned how to rent a house and buy an apartment. learn how to write a check and how an ATM works.
That looks like a very worthwhile class. Well, thanks for watching this edition of the Port Clinton Middle School Video Magazine. We hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we've enjoyed putting it together.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the teachers, administrators, and staff members that made this year a fun and eventful one. Thanks for watching, have a great summer, and we'll see you next year.